Hello and welcome to the Trading Post podcast, where we unlock the secrets of business-to-business trade, dive into powerful networking strategies, and share my exciting journey of using a podcast to market my business instead of relying on SEO. I'm your host, Trader Stu. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Trading Post. I am your host, of course, Trader Stu. And I was trying to look, I didn't even bother open a computer right now. I think it's been a week or two, I think 2 weeks since my last upload, and it was a unintentional hiatus. We had our trade show this last week, actually, on the 15th, and it takes a lot to get it ready. So everything else got pushed aside, including, of course, uploading podcasts, because the whole point of the podcast is to help assist the business, not to be the business, of course. So, and then I also noticed that I think it was the last upload I did for all of y'all out there that are looking to utilize podcasting for your business to advertise and promote it and things like that. I noticed that the audio was less than desirable, and that was because I uploaded I used my mic at my office, and it's attached to my laptop. The reason why I do that is because the mic has a pop filter on it, the pop screen, it has the foam housing on it, it's got an audio Vox, whatever like that, awesome, USB mic. Here's the problem, is that when I was using it, I didn't check to make sure that the input was that mic and not the laptop microphone, which of course sucks. So I used digital enhancement to try and make it listenable. And I noticed that it sounded pretty okay, like on my phone or my laptop, whatever, when I played it back. When I tried the car or even headphones, whatever like that, it sounded tinny. And so sorry about that. It goes to one of those things to where, do you re-record a 20, 30 minute, spiel, or do you just rock it and satisfy the algorithm by not being late and doing the 1 week, per, or one audit upload per week to, keep the algorithm alive for you? So I don't know, catch 22. It's not like I have millions of listeners, right? It's not like that. So I have dozens or whatever you want to call it, hundreds, I guess. But yeah, it's I don't know. I might do it again or might not. I guess it's one of those things. Anyway, keep that in mind. If you screw up, you got to make a decision call. I didn't have time or the desire or need or want to upload again. I guess I was getting ready for the trade show. So it was either I upload it or I get nothing at all for almost a month. You know what I mean? So you just have to make that kind of decision. Anyway, what else is going on? Yes. So the trade show. I was actually going to make an upload at the trade show and go around and interview everybody. But, when you're a host of something like that, you get pulled in about a dozen different angles. And I just didn't have time to go out and grab a microphone and go around booth to booth and start talking to people. So in my head, it sounded cool all the way up until the point to where I didn't even have time to sit at my designated station and do the registration for everybody that came in. I was actually just running around and had a lot of my members that showed up. So it was nice. I got to talk to everybody, see everybody, and I liked it. I had a great time. This was the best year for me ever to do the trade show. I've done probably half dozen or so, and including when I was here before. And I got to tell you, paying for things to get done is the way to go. Like this year, we paid for pipe and drape to be put up by one of our new members, and I actually brought them on for the trade show. And wow, that saved like 6 hours of work or something like that, and a lot of labor and a lot of setup and a lot of decisions that didn't have to be made. So some things are worth paying for. What else? The trade show is nice too, is that I always say, I had a new sign up show up, and actually she signed up at the show. It was a referral, and it's a lot of excitement. So people don't really understand trade or, the benefit of it. So until they go to maybe an event like that. And then, you get to see how people, buy and sell their trade, right? So we had everything from refrigerators there, like $2,500 refrigerators. I helped a guy carry in all the way to golf balls, for a couple bucks a ball or whatever. He does what do you call it? Like reinstatement or refurbished golf balls where they find them in ponds, and they clean them up and then resell them. So they might have only been hit maybe one time. Actually, probably that is mostly the case because they all looked brand new to me. But yeah, absolute golf. And what else? Oh yeah, so what was I going to say? I forgot. Doesn't matter. Oh, this week starts my training for substitute teaching. I'm going to do part-time. And the reason I'm doing that is because with all the crap that's going on in the world today, it's called CYA, right? The one thing that didn't shut down, or I guess several things that didn't shut down during the last shutdown, was schools. So I figure being a substitute teacher gives me the flexibility. I can make my own schedule. I can work when I want, whatever. I guess that's three different ways of saying the same thing, but it's also kind of different anyway. And so, yeah, I don't plan on doing it full time, obviously, because I still am going to be here at Metro Trade. And that leads me down the other rabbit hole that I am going down, and that's trying to interview people to do my cold calling for me. I plan on paying, I guess, out of my own pocket to have my cold calls done for me, my appointment setting. So I'd ideally like a person that'll sit here and crank out some phone calls for me and set appointments. Now, I happened upon Fiverr last week and then let kind of the request brew over the weekend. And I had 2 or 3 real good candidates to where I can probably pay somebody. One guy was $75 per appointment set, which, satisfied how do you make sure they're working? So me and the owner were talking about this, and she's like, how do you gauge, how do you tell that they're working? Do they send you reports? So how do you know you're not just smoking your money, every week, and then they're just going to sit there in Bangladesh or Pakistan or whatever and just take your money and not do anything about it? So I like the whole, I don't get paid until they set a solid appointment. So, and that's a great way to do it, because if I call them and say, hey, I had my appointment setter guy, say you're expecting my call, and then if they tell me, I don't know what you're talking about, or no, I didn't, so now that was a garbage appointment set, and that they're probably not a good person to keep paying, which is cool because you can stop paying them without having to pay unemployment, of course, because they're a contractor. Beautiful thing. And the other one was you have to supply them a cold call list, and they make about 110 to 150 calls a day, which, if you don't know anything about cold calling, that is cranking, man. That is hustling, dude. So 40 a day maybe is what I do, right? 40 is solid, dude. That's a good, including lunch and all that other crap. It fills your day up. And so I would say it's worth it if they're setting appointments for you, though. It's one of those things, you got to try it, and before you have to buy it, and you can't test it any other way. So the only thing I don't like is I had 2 fellows say that they won't do cold calling, but they will do appointment setting for me over LinkedIn. And what was the other one? WhatsApp or Snapchat? I don't know how that's going to work, but they want my login for Salesforce. I'm like, no, that just sounds like fishy and sketchy. And I'm going to give some guy in Bangladesh my login for LinkedIn and then spam people for me out of my account with my name and logo on it. That's not a good idea. I don't think. Has anybody ever done that before? If you've done that, let me know. Comment or send me a direct message or whatever, because I just don't know. I think the only thing that might work for that is if I did Sales Navigator and then made them a rep, maybe. I'm not sure how that would work either, but I don't know. The thing is I'm already doing that. I'm already doing appointment setting, I guess, through messages, or whatever. I don't know. It's so hard to do Because it's like, do you pay someone to do your dirty work for you, so to speak, and then hope that it's kind of one of those things that you hope they don't recall your current members and offend people that are already members, because there's no way for them to know. They don't know unless you find some way to scrub a list that like maybe AI could go through all the members in Metro Trade and then make sure that they're not recalled again. I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where it's been over a year since I've been back, and the grind, the hustle, and the daily cold calling is like not, it's just not sustainable. So, but I love the job. Like I like being a part-time broker. I like the job because I'm a part-time broker, part-time sales rep, part-time sales manager, part-time marketing, part-time social media manager, part-time networker, part-time, God, I don't know, errands, kind of like errand boy. I do accounts receivable. It's fun. Like I'm a jack of all trades, and I have to have that in a job. Like that's cool. That works for me. But the cold calling's something's gotta happen with that. That's all. I mean, that's it. I mean, and might be able to like get that done for me. You know what I mean? So that's cool too. But what else? I think that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna like keep it dragging on just to fill time, because it's been a hot minute. But I just want to like kind of check in. I don't know. Am I still sponsored by Michigan Renaissance Festival if they're no longer open? I don't know how that works. I would probably say not, because the contract was to mention them every time, for every weekend. But now that they're closed because it's the end of the season, I think that's up. But anyway, thanks to Metro Trading Association for enabling me to do this. And what else? Press X to play. I just talked with the owner, and she said that the Get Prepped game is not up and running, but like they have their first beta test release for the video game I'm going to be in. My voices are done, and yeah, so I'm excited to see what I look like and how I act and talk and all that stuff in the video game, and I'll be definitely buying it when it gets released. I mean, why not? And I've always wanted to be in a video game. I just thought it'd be so cool. So yeah, check out the Trading Post, the Trader. I'm the Trader, of course. And yeah, so that's it. All right, we'll see you next time. Be good or be good at it.